Assalamualaikum and very good morning, everybody. My name is Abdul Hadi. How's your morning so far, everyone?
Waalaikumsalam. I'm Nova Ismail. Actually, this morning has been pretty and I like it.
Waalaikumsalam, Adi. Yes, Faiza. Currently, we are practicing a new normal life.
Waalaikumsalam. Hi everyone. I'm Muhammad Nur Izwan. It's nice to see our team even though it's only via Google Meet.
Waalaikumsalam. I'm Muhammad Razif. Being a frontline is keep me busy.
Waalaikumsalam. My name is Eddie Arman. My day been kind of slow during this pandemic. How's yours going, Adi?
Things are slower than usual, Alman. So I've been able to work through my to-do list, include volunteer activity with the limited movement by abiding the CMCO rule.
What the activity relate to COVID-19 during this time of CMCO ID?
It's more on distribute food and beverages to frontliner like Ajit and Wan, as we appreciate their commitment as what Razif and Wan have done. Also, for those who are needed, especially those who are living in the rural areas.
You've been for two generals, Eddie. Speaking of that, why not? In this season, we focus on how to talk about not COVID-19 because it definitely affecting and threatening all of us in Malaysia and around the world.
That's great, Faiza. The COVID-19, also known as a coronavirus. This virus has caused a worldwide pandemic of respiratory illness. Therefore, it's worrisome and stressful to the community.
Precisely, Sarman. But what should be successful is knowing how to talk about it. If you need to have conversations with friends, family members, or co-workers.
Yes, Razif. And especially if you need to have conversation in English with medical professionals.
It's okay, everyone. So, if we all highlight some of the most important points we need to understand and use in conversation about the COVID-19 outbreak effect to the world.
Yes, it's wonderful idea to fully understand what we have been reading and hearing about nowadays.
I always hear the word outbreak, epidemic, and pandemic. Those are definitely the top word that are being used when we're talking about the COVID-19. Can everyone explain?
Certainly, Daya. A really helpful picture to have to understand this word is to imagine a target. You have a central point, and then the circles get bigger. Therefore, an outbreak is an increase in the number of cases of disease in a particular place.
Let me give you an example to help you to understand that. In Malaysia, the coronavirus started its an outbreak in Johor. It was found in January 2020 from Chinese foreign nationals entering the country.
Ever since, it became an epidemic, which is a large outbreak. That means the number of people who have the virus continue to go up quickly, and it was over a largest geographic area.
Okay, from that day forward, we also started to hear the words pandemic, as Daya told us just now. A pandemic is a global epidemic. It means the number of cases continue to rise rapidly around the globe. It's no longer in one region or one country. It's across multiple regions, countries, and continents.
Now, one more word that you may have heard or read that is related to this is the epicenter.
Alright. Thank you guys for the explanation. And if I may know, what is a epicenter?
An epicenter is a focal point or center point. As Razi just said, initially, the outbreak in our country began to spread in Johor. The epicenter of an outbreak will be the particular neighborhood or location where that outbreak began, and this case in Malaysia. The epicenter, the epicenter was in Sabah and continued to be the epicenter of the COVID-19 in Malaysia with hundreds of cases.
Guys, as we watch the coronavirus move from an outbreak to an epidemic and then to a pandemic, we needed to respond in a different way. One of the first things that's probably heard about are restriction. Restrictions are limits or way to control someone or something.
Yes, Razif. To illustrate, currently there are many travel restrictions around the world. It means there's limit or someone control of where you can and cannot travel. Some companies are also restricting their employees. They may be canceling travel plans or asking employees to work from home.
A second response is a social distancing. This is a focused effort to reduce close contact between people, and the purpose of social distancing is to slow down the movement or the spread of the coronavirus.
Yes, Eddie, due to this, we have schools closing. This is why large public events being cancelled, and why many businesses have started to encourage of market telework, which means working from home using the internet, email, and telephone.
Social distancing also means choosing to stay at home more often and public space or large crowd. You are out of the house. For example, if you are going to work or you go to the grocery store and you see your neighbor, social distancing would that you don't touch or have close contact each other. Instead, you keep your distance, and that means a big change in behavior for a lot of us.
Depending on where you live, it might be common to shake someone's hand, hug them, or kiss on the cheek when you see them. But right now, it's better to keep the distance again to slow and spread transmission of the virus.
Another response that you have probably heard a lot about is self-quarantine. The word quarantine means to separate and restrict the movement of people who have the coronavirus or have been exposed to it and those who have not. Many individuals have been asked or have volunteered to self-quarantine, and what that means is they stay home and they restrict their movements. They don't go out in public unless absolutely necessary, such as medical appointment.
One final word related is the word isolation. Isolations is the most restrictive separation. Isolation is when an individual with a disease has been completely separated from other individual while they are contagious.
Contagious? What does it mean, Ajib?
Contagious refer to how a disease move or spread from one person to another by direct or indirect contact.
Okay, as we mentioned,
Okay.
the purpose of restriction, social distancing, and self-quarantine are to slow the spread or the movement of the virus from one another to another. We also should aware There are three important reasons why we are doing this. Of course, the most crucial part is to protect you and all of your loved ones. Second, protect those who are most vulnerable among us. Faiza, could you elaborate it?
Okay, so far with the spread of the COVID-19, it seems the elderly individual, to those of advanced age and individual with a compromised immune system are most at risk. Your immune system is your body ability to fight a virus or protect itself from a virus. A compromised immune system means a weaker immune system. As a result, someone might get sick more easily to their body isn't able to fight a virus as well as someone with a healthy immune system can.
Yes, correct, Faiza. And the third important reason to slow down the spread of the virus is to reduce the possibility of the overstressing, overwhelming, or overburdening our healthcare system and hospital. When I add the words over, for example, if a hospital is overstressed or a doctor is overburdened, it means too much or above normal.
By all means, that's why certainly one of the top priorities right now is to make sure that our hospital, our doctors, nurses, all of our medical staff and facilities are able to treat everyone who needs medical attention.
Now, if you or someone you know does need medical attention specifically related to the coronavirus, we may highlight some of the most important words you'll need to know in order to talk to your doctor, nurses, and other medical staff about how you're feeling, what symptoms you are having.
In that, Arman, a symptom is a physical signs of an illness. Some of the most common symptoms that are being talked about a fever. A fever is when your body temperature is higher than it should be or higher than normal. To talk about that with a medical professional, you would say, I have a fever, and then give the specific de- degree in English. You also hear people say, I'm running a
Yes, Razif. In addition to a fever, you might have symptoms like a dry cough. You may also have shortness of breath or tightness in your chest. If yes, it means that you have pain here, particularly when you try to breathe and you are not able to take deep breaths. For example, you are not able to do something like instead, you breathe might very shallow, and again, it's painful. You feel a lot of pressure or pain here.
Gosh, that very painful to hear, isn't it? Doesn't it? Other symptoms of the COVID-19 include common flu symptoms such as sneezing, body ache. A body ache is when your whole body is in pain or is hurt. You might also feel tired, fatigue, or lethargic. Fatigue means very tired, and lethargic means you have no energy.
Yeah, yeah, right. Tell to everyone. Last thing, nowadays, some of the words we are using to talk about how we are preparing to stay at home. Again, talking about social distancing, using to stay at home or even if you need to self quarantine. The first one is the phrase verb to stock up. To stock up means to have an extra supply, particularly of basic food, medicine, household items, and this is perfectly appropriate to do if you are going to yourself self quarantine for 14.
now, people are going to the grocery store and other markets stock up on things like dry goods, canned goods, non-perishables, and frozen foods. Dry goods or non-perishable or food that lasts for a long time. For example, like a rice, pasta, and also frozen food.
That's mean that you need to have enough food for you and everyone else who living with us, right?
Absolutely, Daya. Now, James, this is a perfectly appropriate, even smart to do. It's great to be very prepared, but one thing to avoid would be to hoard supplies. To hoard means to have an extra large supply that you hide and keep to yourself. It would be selfish to keep all the supply to yourself during this pandemic.
If you are hoarding supplies, it means you are taking more than you need, and as a result, other people don't have the opportunity to also stock up and prepare. And that's something we definitely want to avoid.
Of course, right now we want to protect ourselves and all of our loved ones. It's also a time to protect everyone in our community and volunteer time to help while we can limit our public interaction. For example, offer to pick up and deliver their shopping, treats, or other things they might need while taking precaution to keep ourselves safe.
Besides, our table could be a bit hard to someone needing support. Oh, it's getting late, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. I end up our session with please stay safe and follow the SOP at anytime, at anywhere you are doing your job every day. Guys, thank you.
Yes, I know it's pretty tough, but if we follow the SOP during this pandemic, I'm sure we will win this. Hopefully, we'll meet at next season. Don't forget the slogan of Kita Jaga Kita.
We salute and thanks our frontliner like Ajib and Wan for all this effort and commitment rendered in battling the COVID-19 outbreak. Over to us now, Malaysian. Let's keep adhering to the new normal and stay strong, stay vigilant, and stay safe.
Well, yeah, don't forget to continue adhering the 3 Cs as advised by Ministry of Health. Avoid crowded places, confined spaces, and close conversation.
Thank you, guys. Also, always obey 3 Ws. Wash hands frequently with water and soap. Wear face masks in public areas or if symptomatic. Warn self and others to avoid shaking hands or touching others. Practice good coughing and sneezing etiquette. Disinfect frequently touched surfaces. Stay at home and seek treatment if symptomatic.
Our top priority right now is to stay safe and take care of ourselves and loved ones. I believe we can fight this. Thank you very much for you, everyone. Stay safe. Bye bye.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank
Bye
you.
Bye.
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 Bye bye.